Hey, Randy, I'm outside the funeral home. What's going on? Right when I get in there, I get a bucket of water dumped on me, seriously? And then get kicked out. What the hell is going on here? Sam, why'd you even come here? You're not welcome. I made sure the staff not let you in no matter what. Your only option is to leave, so goodbye. What are you saying, Randy? This is our father's funeral we're talking about, for God's sake. Do I really have to explain it to you in black and white? I don't want you coming to Dad's funeral because it's embarrassing to have a high school dropout of a little brother come here. You're a total disgrace. I don't give a crap if you're my younger brother or not. Am I getting my point across to you, little brother? Are you still harping on about academic achievement? Dad hated that kind of viewpoint. I don't care what Dad thought. The fact is you're a hindrance to society. No education, no skill, no finesse. A lot of people, prestigious people, that knew and respected Dad are coming here today to pay their respects. He was the CEO of a major company. There are many people that are going to pay tribute to him. You really expect both his sons to be there to greet the well-wishers, and one of them is a high school dropout. I could not bear the indignity. A good percentage of those well-wishers know the reason I dropped out of school. It's no use, Sam. You're not getting in here as long as I say so. Give up, man. See you around, Sam.
Hey, Sam. You okay?
Emily, is that you?
I was waiting in the lobby area for you when I heard that Randy chased you away.
So you're already inside?
Yeah, the traffic was pretty light, so I got here sooner than I expected. Did he really dump water on you?
Yeah, I'm still soaked, actually. A bunch of his co-workers, or should I say lackeys, threw me out after that. Those lackeys are guarding the main entrance as well as the side entrances, preventing me from even getting close to the place. How's Randy? What's he up to?
The funeral directory called him over, and he's busy running around doing chores. Seems kind of busy at the moment.
I see. Thanks. Well, I'm soaking wet. I can't do much in this condition, I guess. I better give it up and go home, at least for now.
Can I ask you something, Sam? Why is your brother like that? I mean, treating his younger brother with such disdain.
Yeah, well, my brother judges people by their academic background.
So this has to do with you dropping out of high school?
He's a college graduate, so he can't bear the thought of a family member being a high school dropout. He just finds it unacceptable.
But how could he? The circumstances at the time was unavoidable. Doesn't he understand that? The CEO, your father, was overjoyed that you made that decision. It was a difficult decision for you. And Randy, he was there. He witnessed the whole thing, and he treats you like this? It just seems so heartless. He doesn't understand a thing. He could at least let you into your own father's funeral.
Don't worry about it. Emily, I'm sure Dad's looking down on me from up there. He knows what's going on. I'll be there for the big public event later in the day. I'll sneak into that somehow, put on a disguise or something, and pay my respects. No worries. Now or later today, it makes no difference.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Better not make any waves now and ruin your father's funeral.
I should go home and change at least. I'll be back later.
Alright, just be careful, okay?
Hey, Randy, I just got to the office. Where the hell is my desk? I asked the other staff members and they tell me you came in early this morning with your guys and moved everything. What's going on? Didn't even expect you to be here. I thought I would start today. I just took a few days off when Dad passed, you know this. So where the hell is my desk? Do I have to spell everything out for you, Sam? Jeez. You're fired, Sam. That's what it means. Pardon me? Do you even realize that you're the only person in this office that's a high school dropout? You only graduated from junior high, bro. You really think people are going to listen to you? Dad was too easy on you, always spoiling you. But you begged him to let you in the company, and he relented. You didn't get into this company on your own merits. It was given to you on a silver platter. We can't use people like you. One thing's for sure, the next CEO of this company, which would be me, isn't some pushover. We don't need a worthless dropout in our company. We're better than that. There's no guarantee that you will be the next CEO. It hasn't been announced yet. There needs to be a board meeting as well as an investors meeting. The results of those meetings will determine the next CEO. That's where you're wrong, Sammy. I don't care what the investors or board members say. It will be a college graduate like myself that will be slated to become the next CEO after my father. There's no denying it, sir. I'm sorry, Sam. You're fired. Should I repeat it so that there is no misunderstanding, Sam? I'm the next CEO, and the high school dropout is out of a job. I can see the headline now. College graduate son takes over as CEO, and worthless dropout brother sacked. You keep repeating that ad nauseum. I heard you the first time. All right then, so what are you going to do about it? If that's how you want it, okay. I'm out. Actually, you had no other choice. No, actually, I did have a choice. I already submitted my resignation 2 months ago. What are you talking about? I was going to take that break after Dad died and just not come back. I was not even going to come in today. But with all the chaos after Dad passed, I didn't have time to come and clear out my desk. So I dropped in today to do that, but then you beat me to it. Saved me the trouble, thanks, Randy. So that means I'll be gone from this company without any prodding from you. Are you for real? You mean I didn't have to go through all that trouble? Too bad, though. I actually wanted to get you fired so you couldn't get any of the benefits. Does that mean you get a hefty retirement package? I thought I'd get rid of a high school dropout and see you left with nothing. That would have been fun to see. Oh well. Yeah, what a shame. Anyway, I'm resigning because I already have another job lined up. Pardon me? Thanks for cleaning out my desk and all, Randy. I'll just say goodbye to everyone and be on my way. I can't imagine what kind of company would want a guy like you working for them. Oh, it must be a real disreputable operation. Oh, but come think of it, it might be kind of fun to watch you squirm even more. Yo, Emily, what's up? Did you hear? Little Sammy up and quit. Can you believe it? He said he already found a new job, but it's some fly-by-night operation, some dodgy company. So Emily, more of a reason to drop that boring dude and start dating the next CEO.
Oh, hello, Randy. Yes, I did hear he landed a new job, but what I heard was that he was recruited. You know, so-called headhunting.
Come, Emily, give me a break. Headhunting refers to recruiting top talent. It does not refer to people like Sam. He's just a...
Yes, I know, high school dropout. I'm surprised you don't know anything about your younger brother.
What are you trying to say?
This was before I joined the company, but I was told by some of the long-time staff members. About 10 years ago, the company was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Huh? The company was on the verge of bankruptcy? You're talking about our company, right?
Yes, it was a tough time for her father. He was adamant about allowing Sam to go to that private high school and college, and had set aside the tuition. This was about the time that you had just graduated from college, and already landed an executive position at the company. Apparently you got it into your head that the money was actually set aside to celebrate your graduation and company status. You spent that money for an extravagant party with your friends and blew the whole thing in one night.
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing this BS.
I was told that the entrance fee for that high school was approximately $2,000, but at the time, the company was in dire circumstances. Your father wasn't able to scrape together the amount in time, and Sam was prevented from entering the school. That's why Sam decided to forgo high school and college and work at your father's company.
You're kidding me.
But when Sam joined the company and really put his efforts into reviving it, things started to look up. He came up with some brilliant ideas and earned the trust of his clients. After his tireless efforts, the company experienced a V-shaped recovery in just 3 years and made the company profitable again.
Why haven't I heard about this?
Maybe you just didn't want to hear it. Everyone in the company knew except you. All you were interested in was status. You never stopped to think about Sam and what he did for the company. All you were concerned about was his failure to graduate from high school. That's all you were fixated on. To think such a narrow-minded person would take over the company. That's what troubles me. To be honest, I don't think you'll ever be the CEO.
Come on, Emily, don't be like that.
I don't want to be associated with you any longer. Goodbye.
Hey Sam, pick up if you're there. Where did you put those documents for Ace Industries and King Corporation? They're not in the files. Pardon me? Those documents include signed contracts for those big projects. I lose them and we're finished. I need them ASAP. Normally, you would put these kind of documents into the company safe. I hope you didn't just have them sitting on your desk. If they went missing today, I have no idea where they are. What? But you handled those projects too, right? Yeah, but I had the marketing department take over all business dealings 3 days ago. I have nothing to do with those companies anymore. I also didn't have the authorization to access the safe anymore. I suggest you contact the people in charge now and verify the situation with them. That file folder wasn't... I'm not sure what you're saying, Randy. Hold on a second. Don't tell me that when you had my desk cleared out, you also dumped everything in the safe. I hope that's not what you're suggesting. Wait, back up. Was the AP Corp files in there too? AP, what are you talking about? And I last checked, AP Corp sent over some high-priority documents. Are you serious? Those are in the safe? Please don't tell me you threw them out. If I were you, I'd go to each of the departments handling those accounts and apologize to them. And get those files back to them ASAP. Yeah, but I was, Come on, Randy, snap out of it. No time to be texting me. I put the files, the documents through the shredder. The shredder? Seriously? Randy? You mean to tell me that it's all confetti now? I was only trying to, What the hell is wrong with you? This is serious, man. I'm going to contact the office right away. No, wait, don't do that. They really gave me a dressing down after you blabbed about this whole thing. Can I ask you something, Randy? Were you trying to put the blame on me by getting rid of those documents? I thought all those clients were under your supervision. What the hell is wrong with you? I can understand you wanting to give me a hard time, but why would you jeopardize the company and put our clients at risk? Or is it your intention to totally bankrupt our father's company? A company he spent his whole life building? Of course not, why would I even think that? I'm going to be the next CEO of this company. Why would I do that? That's suicide. That means you're either real dumb or you're soft in the head. What the hell are you talking about? How could a college graduate next in line to be CEO be dumb? Hey, Randy, didn't the office ask you to stay at home until they figure out what they were going to do with you? Why do you even know about that? I didn't. You just verified it. Darn it, if this fooled the wrong way, my chance of becoming CEO... Hey, Emily, how are you? Look, can I ask a favour? I really need your help. This is about the unfortunate incident where I mistakenly shredded those files. I'm sure you heard about that. Could you tell them that it was you? I mean, you did it without realising they were important files and I was covering for you taking the blame. What do you say? You do that for me and I'll be sure to make you the wife of the next CEO, I promise.
Sorry, but I already resigned from the company.
Huh? Seriously?
I applied for the same company as Sam, and I got a letter from them accepting my application, so I resigned from the company on the same day as Sam.
What, am I hearing you right? You and Sam both resigned at the same time?
Yes, we went to all the departments to say goodbye to everyone today. Everyone was very understanding. We stopped by your department, but you were nowhere in sight. Were you taking a cigarette break or something? Do people even smoke now?
Did you really resign?
Yes. It was nice working with you these few years. Goodbye.
No. This is not happening. Why does Sam get all the breaks? I'm the college graduate here. What the hell? After my father passed, the board decided that the current vice president take over as CEO. He has been my father's right-hand man since the company's establishment. He also has a strong bond with all the clients. He was the one that handled the mess that Randy got us into. And thankfully, the entire episode ended with minimal damage. This episode with Randy prompted a corporate investigation, which ultimately revealed the substandard business methods of his department. He was ultimately asked to resign, and on top of that, legal proceedings were instituted against him for the damage he caused. He was not much of a saver, it turns out, so that really hit him hard and left him stone broke. My mum wanted nothing more to do with him. Last I heard, he was living in another city, trying to make ends meet. But, knowing Randy, he got himself in trouble again. This time he was accused of stalking some woman. Apparently, he later borrowed money from some disreputable loan outfit. I'm not sure what happened to him after that.
Hey, Ennio. Is there something you're hiding from me? Would you like to tell me about it?
Huh? Katya, what in the world are you talking about? I'm not hiding anything from you.
I already know, so it's no use trying to hide it. Spill it.
You make it sound like I'm guilty, but I'm really not hiding anything from you.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Trying to hide it will only make me angrier, so I would just tell me if I were you.
I ate the last pudding that was in the fridge? Is that what you're angry about? I know I shouldn't have eaten your food, but that's no reason to get so mad, Katya.
What in the world are you talking about? Pudding?
Yeah, I know you said that the last one was yours. I didn't mean to. I forgot you said it when I ate it. If that's what you're mad about, then I bought 3 of the same pudding earlier, so forgive me.
Oh, is that so? Huh, wait, that's not what I'm talking about.
What? Then what are you talking about? I don't really have anything else I'm hiding from you. Are you feeling alright, Katya?
I'm feeling fine. I'm talking about something a little bit more important. It's something so important that it will change our relationship from now on.
I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what you're talking about. Could you just tell me?
You know that I went on a business trip to a place near your hometown today, right? I went to the supermarket on my way home to the hotel when 2 people, one of whom called herself your mom, approached me.
What? Are you sure about that? Is she with you now?
No, I'm currently on my own, so rest assured. The woman who called herself your mom had a mole under her right eye and called herself Savina.
Really? My mom also has a mole under her right eye and is named Savina, but how does she even recognize you? I've never introduced her to you since I already cut ties with my family back home 5 years before we got married.
Apparently your mother found out about me when she saw the picture of us at your friend's wedding. You know, the one your brother was also invited to.
Oh, that wedding? I was surprised seeing my brother there. It was the first time I'd seen him in 6 years. So that's how she found out about you then.
Not only that, your mother had a 5-year-old girl with her.
Huh? A 5-year-old girl? Was it a grandchild or something?
Yes, she said that she was her granddaughter.
So that means that my brother got married and had children?
No. This child wasn't your brother's, she said. She said that it was yours.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? You know that's impossible, right?
No, all I know now is that you've been lying to me all this time. You had a secret child living in your parents' house? Why didn't you tell me about this when we got married?
Hold on, I don't have any such secret child. You know that's impossible, right?
I'm not going to let you lie to me again. Tell me who this child's mother is or I'm getting divorced to you.
But I haven't been to my parents' house in 10 years. I told you this already, right? I also told you why I became distant with my family there, right? Besides, you're not the kind of person to let your emotions take control of you, Katia. You're the kind of person to make logical decisions, right? I know you're probably surprised by all this, but...
Oh, but I'm always logical. I'm asking you again. Who is that child's mother?
Huh? But I already told you that I have no such secret child. It's probably my brother, so ask him if you want. He was always so careless with women.
Stop trying to make this your brother's responsibility. I'm not going to go home until you give me a satisfactory answer. If you won't tell me, then fine. I'll give you until tomorrow. Bye.
Katia, but I told you I don't even know who that child is. Why are you suddenly being like this?
Long time no see, Ennio. I never thought that I would be texting you about something like this. But I think that me bumping into your wife at the supermarket is some sort of fate. Please take your daughter that you left here 5 years ago.
Hello, Mother. Long time no see. Can't say it's a pleasure.
Oh, so I see you finally unblocked me. No hard feelings anymore?
No, I haven't forgiven you and brother what you did to me all those years ago. I just have no choice because it looks like you made contact with my wife. Let's just get things straight first. I don't have a child. I don't know what the hell you're planning, but don't get my wife involved in this.
But your wife listened to what I had to say. She believed me and not you. And that's why she texted you yesterday, didn't she? If you don't tell her who the mother is, she really is going to divorce you, you know. Actually, she's probably going to divorce you either way now. I mean, I can't blame her. After all, you have been keeping a child's secret from her all this time. You not telling her about this when you two got married is enough reason to get divorced, I'm afraid.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but this secret child of yours isn't mine.
Oh, is that so? And do you have proof that can back up this claim of yours? Who knows? Maybe you had a child but just never knew about it. It's possible.
Why don't we do a DNA test then? We'll know for sure then.
Huh? A DNA test? What's that? I've never heard of it. Isn't DNA the thing that determines our characteristics or something? What does that have to do with this?
Oh, look it up yourself. I'm not going to explain high school biology to you, Mother. All that matters is that if me and this child take a DNA test, then we'll know for sure whether he's my child or not. I can tell you with certainty, though, that's not my child.
Is that so? But are you going to be able to convince your wife, Katia? I don't think she's going to believe you even then. You see, I get the feeling that she's not going to be convinced by your fancy DNA tests.
I see. Judging by what you've been saying until now, you've seen the conversation with Katia I had yesterday, no? But Katia said that she was alone when she sent me those texts. Did she show it to you or something?
Who knows? Maybe I saw it, maybe I didn't. What's important is that your wife isn't going to forgive you until you tell her who this child's mother is.
Katia?
What do you want? I told you I wouldn't be coming home until you gave me a satisfactory answer. If you don't confess soon, I'm going to divorce you.
I can prove that that child isn't mine. We can have a DNA test done if you want.
Huh? A DNA test? What's that? Stop trying to fool me again. I know this child is yours. So tell me who the mother is or I'm going to divorce you.
I don't know why you're suddenly acting like this, Katia. You were never the type to let emotions cloud your judgment.
I told you already I'm being completely logical right now. So there's no use trying to lie to me.
Alright, I understand. Anyways, your friend from middle school just contacted me.
Huh? My friend from middle school?
You made a promise to meet them next week, right? He told me to tell you since he only knew our home number. I know we're currently in the middle of something, but I promised him I'd tell you, so I will.
Oh, is that so? What did he have to say then?
Is 2 at W Station alright, just like we planned, he said.
Yep. Tell my friend that no changes need to be made.
Got it. I'll tell you one more time, though. I don't have a secret child.
All right. But I'm not going to go home until I find out the truth. Enio, I just snuck out of your mother's house. She was holding me captive in my room, even locking it from the outside. But I was able to jump out through the window. Luckily, I didn't get hurt. I'm currently on the way to the W station by taxi. Is this according to plan? I realized that this was just like that spy game we played recently. So I played it out exactly like in the game, but...
Yep, I'm glad you got the message. The meeting next week is actually tomorrow, Sunday, which is the first day of the week, and by 2, I mean 2 a.m., even though people normally assume that it would be 2 p.m.
Oh, so it was just like in the game. I wasn't sure whether you had gotten my secret messages, but it seems like it worked out.
Yep, you were pretty impressive too, Katia, with those secret messages. You must have done a great job fooling my mother as well.
Yep, I used to be in the theater club, remember? Acting is a pretty useful skill, you know. What did you think of I'm always logical?
That was perfect. I remember you telling me that someone who was truly logical would never say such a thing. You knew that I would get your message, so you sent it to me while being watched by my mother, right?
Yep, exactly. Oh, I'm almost at W Station.
Alright, I'll park the car at the South Rotary, so wait for me near the stairs.
A car? What does it look like?
It's a red car that I rented. Let's go home, Katia.
Yep. Enio! Did you sneak Katia out last night? I went to her room to give her some food earlier, but she was gone. How in the world did you do it?
Hello, Mother. It seems that you forcefully dragged Katia, who you saw by accident at the supermarket, back to your home and made her take care of this secret child of yours. I knew what you were doing, but I decided not to tell you since it would ruin the element of surprise.
How in the world did you find out?
You see, I got a call from Katia's company saying that she wasn't going to work and that they weren't able to contact her. Right after that, she sent me, or rather you forced her to send me, those texts about this secret child of mine, meaning that it was obvious to me that you had done something to Katia.
Yeah, but that wife of yours seemed suspicious of you from the start. She was furious when I told her that you had a secret child.
Yeah, she was just acting. Impressive, right? Apparently, she used to be in the theater club.
She was acting?
She knew what was going on, and so she hid secret SOS signals in those messages that you made her send me.
But you still have no proof that the child isn't yours.
I haven't been to that town in 10 years. How could it possibly be my child?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? You're the one who left her here.
Fine, I'll tell you how I know that isn't my child. Katia is the first person I've had sex with.
Huh? Seriously? Weren't you like 28 when you married her?
Yes, but that's not the point. There's no way I have a secret child because Katia has never been pregnant before. I'm not like my brother who does it with all sorts of women all the time. I have no idea why you suspected me and not him in the first place.
But it can't be your brother's child.
So you do know, huh? That child is my brother's child, isn't it? You went a bit too far with this fun. I won't even take responsibility for it. The truth is that the woman who gave birth to that child did her best to raise her daughter until she was 5 years old. even though she wasn't married to my daughter. But the stress was just too much for her, and she fell mentally ill. So she gave the child to my brother and entered a facility for the mentally ill. This is what happened, right?
How? You've been away for 10 years. How do you know all that?
It's true that I left that place, but I still have some friends there, you know. One of those friends is a person that has a variety of connections and knows basically everything going on in that town. I contacted him and he was able to find out the truth for me in an instant.
I didn't know you had friends like that.
By the way, I know about brother as well. He's now unemployed and just stays in his room all day, right? 2 years ago, he tried to put his hands on the CEO's daughter and ended up enraging her dad, the CEO. And so he was fired from his job and is still unemployed to this day. Is that correct?
You even know that? But I haven't even told anyone.
What I saw from here is just my guess, but this is what I think happened. You and Dad relied on brother's salary to make a living until now, since Dad didn't have a job. But now that brother is unemployed as well, you no longer have the money to support yourselves, let alone a grandchild. That's when you set your eyes on me, your other son who earns a steady salary working at an office. You first were planning to convince me to send you guys money every month, or maybe of moving in with you for…
We weren't planning on doing anything like that. We just wanted you to reunite with your family again.
Shut up, we were never a family. Anyways, while you were scheming, you suddenly saw my wife Katya at the supermarket. I had never introduced her to you, but you had seen photos of her from a wedding that brother and I were invited to. And so you suddenly came up with the idea of using Katya. You told her that this grandchild of yours was my secret child, wanting to make her doubt me. If the two of us got divorced, you would have pushed that child on me saying it was mine. If the two of us didn't get divorced, you would still push that child on me to be raised me and Katya's child and maybe even convince us to move in with you so I could provide you three as well. Either way, you intended on making me take full responsibility for this child of brother's.
How do you know even that?
I was just guessing, but judging by your reaction, I was correct.
But you haven't been here for 10 years. How could you possibly have guessed all that?
It doesn't matter if I haven't been there in 10 years. I know how the three of you think, and it seems like it hasn't changed all these years. To think that you three are still as rotten as you were 10 years ago when I left. Disgusting. Leaving was the best decision I ever made.
What did you say to us? I'm your mother. You can't talk to me like that.
Oh? And what are you going to do about it? You know what? Why don't I give you a suggestion? If you have the time to make up these schemes, then why didn't you convince my brother to get a job instead?
What? But that's impossible.
How the hell is it impossible? Brother has a responsibility of a father now. The Iwanami Construction Group, famous for turning degenerates like my brother into upstanding citizens, has an office in our hometown, right? Well, I'll send him there.
The Iwanami Construction Group? But they're no joke. Who knows what will happen to your brother if he gets sent there?
They're a business partner of mine, so I already told them about my brother and how I would love to join them.
You what? What in the world do you think you're doing, sending your brother to the Iwanami Construction Group? Don't you have any compassion for your brother? You were always so heartless, Enio.
I didn't send him just yet. You're the ones who are going to decide whether he'll go or not. But I heard that they have company apartments where the workers' families can come and live with them. Why don't you and Dad join my brother at the Iwanami Construction Group too? I mean, you're degenerates just like he is, after all.
Actually, I'll pass.
Do you really think that you guys have any other option? What are you going to do, go homeless instead?
What? But you could provide for us, Enio. Please, son. I know we didn't get along so well, but we're still your family, right?
You kidnapped my wife and held her captive at your house. You know, when she saw me, she hugged me immediately and started crying. She must have been terrified. Do you really think I'm going to forgive you for that? Let alone fucking give you guys money. How delusional are you? You three can rot in hell for all I care.
Enio, but I'm your mother. You can't speak like that to your mother. I know you're not actually like this. I know you're a kind-hearted soul. I'm your mother, so please Please help us.
Don't pretend you're my mother after everything you've done until now. Didn't you used to make me eat canned food when you would cook a proper dinner for everyone else?
Huh? But we raised you for 18 years. Don't you think that you have a duty to provide for us when we're the ones who need help?
You're trash, Mum. Those were the worst 18 years of my life. You always treated me like how Harry Potter's aunt and uncle treated him. I got my wife back already, so I'm done with people. I'm gonna change my phone number as well, so you'll never be seeing me again.
Wait, Ennio, don't go. We don't want to go to the Iwanami construction group. I heard what they do to workers that slack off, please. Send your brother, but don't send me and your dad. We're too old to do hard labor.
You should have thought about that earlier. Goodbye. I doubt we'll ever see each other again. One hour after that, 2 black vans came to my parents' home. My mom and dad got put into one van and my brother and his child got put into the other. The 2 vans went in separate directions after that. According to the Iwanami construction group, he'll never feel like he himself is a father, and so they decided to place him in different camps. They just started working, so what happens to them from now on is up to them. Both my parents and my brother work hard labor every day and night, being made sure by their supervisors that they don't slack off. Also, brother's child apparently started going to kindergarten and seems to be enjoying it, which I'm glad to hear. I intend on cutting ties with the 3 of them, but I hope that one day they are in fact reborn into upstanding citizens, just like the Iwanami construction group says they will be.
Hey, Kyle. Just so you know, I'm getting married. I figured I should tell my brother.
Pardon me? Married? Why all of a sudden?
You know I've been going out with that doctor for some time, right? I wasn't even going to introduce you, but you had to show up at the restaurant. That was so embarrassing. That's the guy I'm marrying.
Oh, that guy, huh? The kind of serious-looking young guy? Wasn't his name Brandon or something like that?
Yeah, that's right.
I see. Well, thanks for telling me, and congratulations. I bet you're gonna get pretty busy preparing for the wedding and all.
Yeah, about that. You don't need to get involved in any of it, just so you know.
Excuse me? Yeah, well, preparations are usually done by the people getting married, so I've no intention of getting involved in any of that.
Yeah, not only that, you don't have to come to the wedding ceremony either.
Are you being serious? If you don't invite me, no other relative will be there. You okay with that?
No problem there. I'm inviting my parents, so no need for you to be there.
Parents? What are you... Wait, don't tell me.
That's right, my parents. The ones I was forcibly separated from when I was only 6 years old. Because of you. They heard from someone that I was getting married and came a long way just to see me.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Cindy. I know these people. They have no interest in you. They're only after Brandon's money. I'm sure of it. They will suck you dry.
But that's just your opinion. It all seems so one-sided.
You don't realize what kind of fraudsters they are. I told you about them hundreds of times. Don't you remember all that?
Yeah, but once I met them, they were so nice to me. They were tearful just seeing how much I'd grown up and matured. I bet you anything that after living apart for so long, they realized how they treated us and felt remorse.
That's how they play this game, Cindy. Don't you see? They're stringing you along, earning your trust until they get a hold of the money. It's all part of their master plan, and you're in the midst of it. When they come snooping around again, just be on guard. Don't obey their every request. Keep a distance and never trust them. You got that?
Do I really have to be satisfied with a high school dropout of a brother as a family? At least I have real parents. Some people don't even have that.
Please, don't be like that, Cindy.
Anyway, even if they were solely after his money. He's the son of a local doctor. He'll just take over the clinic one day. It's not as if he's some world-renowned heart specialist or anything. But the clinic does bring in a considerable amount, I suppose. And we could expand in the future. Even if they do milk us for some cash, we won't go bankrupt anytime soon. We're not that poor. We're on a completely different level from you, Kyle. Don't compare us to a high school dropout factory worker.
How could you say that? Do you really think I wanted to drop out of high school? I was an honor student. I had my eyes on college, but I had to escape that household and save you.
You make it sound as if you rescued me and took me far away. All we did was drive a few hours to Grandpa's place. At least we had a place to live. You really should have asked to finish high school. Grandpa was still alive by the time you started working at the factory. If you really wanted to, you could have finished school, no problem.
Grandpa wasn't exactly well off. He just barely supported himself, much less two grown kids. Cindy, this is final. Don't ever trust these guys. They will end up breaking your heart. Mark my words.
Excuse me?
I never told you this, Cindy. I thought it might leave you traumatized, but the reason I took you and escaped was because they were planning to sell you off to some guy to wipe their debt clean. You were only 6 years old at the time. I couldn't let that happen.
Are you serious?
It was only complete chance that I heard about their malicious intent. And that's when I contacted Grandpa for help.
Who was this guy I was supposedly being sold to?
All I can say is that if I hadn't taken you away, you wouldn't be here today. God knows where you would have ended up. I was only 15 at the time, just starting high school. Grandpa never complained and made all the arrangements to take custody of us. I heard he also got legal advice from the people down at Child Services. It took some time and effort, but he was finally able to take legal custody of us. One of the conditions was that I quit school and start making a living by working at this factory.
What a cock and bull story. Mom and Dad were super nice to me. They would never do such a thing. You're delusional, Kyle.
You're not going to believe me, is that it? After all I've done for you.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. I'm going to invite Mom and Dad to the wedding. And I don't want you there. End of story. The wedding guests are all Brandon's friends and relatives. If you show up, a high school dropout, it'll be a catastrophe. Mom and Dad both finished high school, so no real problem there. It's just so embarrassing to have a high school dropout of a brother attend. You can understand that, right? Also, you don't have to show up when both of our parents meet for the first time, just as folks in mine. Just so you're aware, I told Brandon that my brother may disrupt the wedding because he's so incensed that you're a successful doctor. I warned him to be on the lookout for you.
You would go that far to keep me away, huh? All right, Cindy. Have it your way. Just don't come crying to me later.
I never want to hear you say we're family ever again!
Right. If that's your desire, I have nothing more to say. As for me, I don't want to be anywhere near those grifters.
Hey, Kyle. What's up, bro? Today's a big day. Finally getting married.
Yeah, right. I forgot all about it. Today was the day. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
What is it? Did you change your mind? You want me there after all?
Don't worry about that. No chance of that happening.
Well, that's a relief.
Come on, Kyle. Don't give me that. I bet you wish you were here.
No, that hasn't changed one bit. But after your rejection, I got to thinking. You're a grown woman now, and Brandon's not some kid. He's a doctor after all. Figured you guys can handle it. You guys can take responsibility for your own actions. No need for me to interfere. You know what? I decided to just think about my future and my own happiness going forward.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I take it you have zero intention of crashing this wedding. I have your word, right?
Of course, I had no intention of crashing any party.
Well, that's a relief.
You done? I just got off the late shift. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Nighty-night.
See ya.
Kyle, wake up! You have to help me. Kyle, please pick up! My wedding dress! What am I going to do? I had the dress order made! It's cost in excess of $10,000! They made off with the dress and all the rented jewelry! That necklace used real diamonds! They took everything of value! How could this happen? Please, Kyle! Please respond!
What the hell is this?
Oh, Kyle, finally! Where have you been, for God's sake?
I was sleeping. I told you I just finished my shift. I didn't want to be interrupted, so I turned the phone off.
Your sister is in trouble and you're sleeping? Are you out of your mind?
How was I supposed to know what's happening? Besides, it has nothing to do with me. So, you catch the thieves?
Excuse me?
Wasn't that line message this afternoon about some robbery at the wedding?
Yeah, right. It was a robbery, but it's more than that. It's about... How should I put this?
What the hell are you trying to say? Is this some kind of prank?
The people who took the dress and all the jewelry... It was Mom and Dad!
Oh, wait. Back up, would you? You're saying it was those two?
Yeah, Mom and Dad. They came into the dressing room while I was getting ready. They stuffed everything into a big sack and took off.
Well, I definitely saw this coming.
How could my mother and father do this to their own daughter? When I met them, they were super nice. They got all misty-eyed when they saw how happy I was.
I told you that's how they got on your good side. Play to your emotions, the oldest con in the book. They keep the charade up, built your trust, and when the time comes, they pounce. How many times have I warned you, don't ever trust them? When they approach, always be super vigilant.
What's the use of telling me that now? What the hell am I going to do? They stole everything. I have nothing. My wedding is a total disaster.
Does that mean the wedding was canceled?
Not only that, the whole wedding, the whole marriage is finished.
What do you mean?
Brandon's parents said they don't want their son marrying someone brought up by thieves. So the whole thing was called off. The wedding, the engagement.
Probably know the answer to this, but here goes. Who's gonna pay for that order-made wedding dress?
Well, Brandon paid for the whole wedding.
Did you call the police?
Yeah, Brandon called them right away.
Okay, got it. So everything has been taken care of. I don't see what I can do.
Hold it. What? What do you mean by that? You're my brother! Your little sister is in trouble! And that's your response? And this is something our parents did. You're responsible too!
Hey, Cindy, have you already forgotten what you said?
Huh? Forget what?
You said you never wanted to hear that we are family ever again. You do remember that, right? That means we're not family, not brother and sister. No relation. That's what you wanted and I agreed. I have no obligation to help you, Cindy.
We don't have time to be arguing about this BS!
And what's more, I'm not part of your family anymore.
What are you talking about?
I told you some time back that I was dating the daughter of the factory owner. I married her recently and became a part of her family. I dropped my name and took hers. I'm part of their family now.
Pardon me, you're not...
It means I'm not part of their family. We all live together at her father's place.
I don't understand any of this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Why do I even have to report to you? You're not even family. I have no obligation to you. You're a stranger.
But Kyle, I was...
Now that you know, hope you'll respect my wishes and not contact our family anymore.
Come on, Kyle. Your sister's in trouble. Help me out, would you?
You're the one who said you'd rather have your real parents than a high school dropout factory worker. Remember that? You're the one that ignored my warnings and invited those fraudsters into your life. I warned you 100 times never to trust those scoundrels. You're the one that wanted nothing to do with me. I wasn't in your league, you said. I was an embarrassment.
Please, Kyle, don't be like that.
You got yourself into this mess. Figure it out for yourself. My days of being your brother are over.
Please, Kyle, forgive me.
I'm sorry to say this, Cindy, but you no longer have a brother.
Please, you can't abandon me.
We better cut this short. We're getting ready to leave on holiday with the family. We won't be back for about a week. Goodbye, Cindy. Have a happy life.
Kyle, you can't do this to me.
I was told later that my parents were eventually tracked down by the police. Apparently, they were trying to hawk the jewelry that they stole to a pawn shop downtown. Wasn't long before they were sentenced to prison. As for the wedding dress, that was sold immediately. Seems there was a buyer all set up. That money was long gone. Obviously, the wedding could not continue and it was canceled. And as Cindy said, the marriage itself was terminated. My sister's just an average office worker with an average monthly salary. Highly unlikely that she could pay off the debt that she managed to create. But as she had invited many of her co-workers to the wedding, and who later learned that her parents were the culprits in this heist, she was too ashamed to continue working there. After a couple months, she was forced to resign out of humiliation. Friends told me she's currently working some part-time job downtown, apparently keeping a low profile. A lot has happened over the years, but I decided that what's important is my current family. I plan to focus on my own happiness going forward.
Mother, I can't take it anymore. What in the world is going on? Nina? I thought you were on your way home from your part-time job. What's wrong? Is anything the matter? Yep. Mother, I told you that Dad might be cheating on you, right? I overheard him talking on the phone with another woman the other night. And sometimes I see him smiling on the phone for no good reason. It's probably why he always misses the final train and stays over at a colleague's house as well. I can't take this anymore. Why don't we just confront him and put an end to this? Oh, so that's what you were talking about when you said, I can't take it anymore. I know it's difficult, Nina, but we can't make a move until we have concrete proof. Otherwise, we'd be putting ourselves at a disadvantage. I hired a detective agency to investigate it for me, so we just need to be a little more patient. If it's evidence we need, Mother, then I already have it. I know who this other woman he's seeing is as well. She used to be a classmate of Carmen and Rosa. What? Luca's dating someone the same age as his daughters? How disgusting! How did you find out about this, Nina? I know, right? It makes me feel sick. Her name is Albina, and I just saw her and Dad heading to a love hotel with their hands held together. I saw them while I was on my way to the station from work. That girl Albina is no good, Mother. I see. That must have been hard for you to see. So I guess it is true that he's been cheating on me. A part of me refused to believe it, but now that I know the truth, I've lost all love for your father. Yes, I almost threw up. You see, apparently this Albina is into older men or something. All the men she goes out with are apparently around her father's age. Carmen and Rosa told me that she's been doing this since she was 16. And even got one man arrested for dating a minor. Everyone at school used to avoid her, apparently. She's in the same grade as Carmen and Rosa, right? Which means that she just graduated high school this April and is 18 years old. I guess she's barely legal then. Yep, that's right. According to her, the reason she dates older men is because my father never loved me, so I need the love of a fatherly figure. My guess is that she's just going after older men's money, though. She disgusts me so much. What a creep! I have no intention of judging people based on their personal preferences, but I see, so she's that kind of bitch. Anyways, at least we know for sure now. I know you're probably not going to feel well for a while, but just come home safely tonight, all right? Your dad is probably not going to be home tonight anyways, so no need to worry about seeing him. Yep. We'll get through this together, Mom. Thank you, Nina. I wouldn't know what I would do without you three. But we need to be careful about how we tell Carmen and Rosa about this. It seems they already know that Dad is cheating on me, but if they found out that this other woman was their own former classmate... I understand, Mother. It's important how and when we're going to tell them about this. Mother? What is it, Nina? Sorry, I just told you about this so suddenly. I was in so much of a shock. I should have been more thoughtful. It's all right. It's not your fault your father is a piece of shit. You're probably just as hurt by this as I am. Thanks for worrying about me. Anyways, the report from the investigation agency I hired will soon come. They even introduced a lawyer for me. I'll make sure to take care of things as fast as possible. After that, the four of us will live together as a proper family again. Without your father. All right. Tell me if there's anything you want me to do, okay? Thanks, Nina.
Hello, Reva. I think we need to get divorced.
What? What is it, Luca? You haven't come home in 3 weeks, and suddenly this is what you have to say to me?
You already noticed it, right? You already noticed that there's another girl I was meant for.
Yeah. I noticed how you kept smiling at your smartphone like a creep, all right? So this girl that you were meant for, her name is Albina, right? And she's the same age as Carmen and Rosa. 18, isn't she?
And how'd you know who I'm dating? Did Carmen and Rosa find out about us and tell you or something?
No, Nina saw you two entering a love hotel while holding hands while she was on her way home from work. And even if she had never told me, I would have found out anyways. I mean, the family is on the verge of collapse. I can't just stand by and not do anything. By the way, you disgust both me and your daughters.
What? I disgust you? I don't take this so personally, Reva. Jeez. It's just that I found someone I want to be with more than you. But that doesn't mean that you weren't a decent wife up until now. No hard feelings, okay?
Wow, I never knew you were so magnanimous. But I don't think your daughters are going to feel the same way, even if I were to forgive you, which I'm not. And yes, you disgust us. To think that you would put your hands on a girl that's the same age as your daughters? And a girl that they know as well.
It can't be helped. As soon as we saw one another, we knew we were meant for each other. Albina is just so much more attractive than you are, Reva. And she's going to be at the peak of her femininity for quite a while longer, unlike you. I know it's not your fault and it's only the natural order of things, but you just get older day by day, getting less attractive.
I see. And what's your point? Why have you contacted me in the first place?
I wanted to tell you that Albina is going to give birth to my child, so I'll give you custody of our daughters.
Huh? You got Albina pregnant? Jesus, Luca, you're 48 and she's 18, right? Don't you feel a bit disgusted about yourself?
I told you already, we were meant for each other. We're not gonna let age, which is just a number after all, get in our way. She got pregnant because we had decided that we needed a reason for you and me to get divorced. So we decided to make a baby.
You disgust me, Luca. I don't know why I ever married a man like you.
What did you say to me? But I just said that there were no hard feelings and you're a decent wife up until now.
Shut up. Who do you think you are, anyways? I make almost all of the money in this house, not you. You have no right to look down on me and call me a decent wife. Oh, and couldn't you impregnate Albina after you two got married? It's like your head is full of flowers and you've got no plans for the future.
Shut up! I always hated how you were like this.
Anyways, you're going to give me custody of our daughters?
Yep. I'm not going to tell Albina to become the mother of 3 girls her own age. Don't worry, I'll pay for child support. Oh, and this house is going to be me and Albina's house once we get divorced, so you and your daughters need to leave by then.
Hey, Luca. But all our daughters are already older than 15. Nina is 19 and the twins, Carmen and Rosa, are 18. All 3 of them have the right to decide who gets parental custody of them on their own.
Yeah, but doesn't the mother usually get custody of the children?
Yeah, but I asked them and they said that they would be coming with you. I tried to convince them, but they insisted that they wanted to go with you instead.
Huh? Why in the world would they want to do that?
I don't know. Ask them and you'll find out. But it means that I'm the only one who's going to be leaving this house.
What? Why would they want to go with me instead of you?
Who knows? I'm saddened by their decision to go with you instead of me, but there's nothing I can do about it since they're already all past 15. It can't be helped if they choose you, their father.
But what about the child support?
Oh, don't worry, I'll pay for the child support every month, but I'm still going to make you pay an alimony, all right?
Hold on, this isn't what I was planning. I already told Albina that this house was going to belong to the 2 of us. She's going to be furious if she finds out that she's going to have to live with my daughters, who are her age nonetheless.
Sorry, but you 2 are going to have to figure something out on your own. You're currently living with Albina in her apartment, right? That's why you haven't come home these past 3 weeks. You even stopped bothering making excuses for yourself.
There was no point trying to hide it anymore from you since I knew you'd already found out about us. But how did you know that I was living in Albina's new apartment?
Like I already said, I noticed that you were cheating on me, so I hired a detective agency to do some investigation and gather proof. I also already hired a lawyer, so there's no way you're going to get out of this.
You were doing all that behind my back. Why didn't you tell me?
Look who's talking, mister. I cheat with my daughter's classmate. You have no right lecturing people about doing stuff behind their backs. Anyways, get ready for what's coming because I am not going to go easy on you.
Damn it! Wait, what do you mean by that? Aren't you just gonna make me pay an alimony or something? Reva! Come back here!
Hello, Mother. Did you finish moving already? Hi, Nina. Yes, I'm currently at my new place and I'm about to unpack my stuff. Sorry I wasn't able to help you. I was kind of busy with stuff I needed to do at school. It's fine. I'm only going to be living here temporarily anyways. I rented a monthly mansion that came with furniture, so all I need to do is to open the cardboard boxes and put them away somewhere. It'll be over in an instant. I see. Looks like you planned this out. So how are things over there? I bet your father's acting all nervous around you 3. Yep, he has. We've been mostly ignoring each other, but he gets really awkward whenever he needs to tell us something. The 3 of us try to not talk to him as much as possible and answer only in short sentences when we have to talk to him. Anyways, Albina moved in this morning, but she was extremely surprised to see us when we greeted her at the front door. The three of us thought it would be fun to pretend like we were thrilled to have her there and even called her Mother. You should have seen her face. That sounds amusing. It looks like your dad didn't tell her that he would be taking custody of you three.
Looks like it. I heard her shouting in the living room at Dad as soon as she left the boxes she brought with her in her room. Saying, "This isn't what we talked about. I thought that this house was supposed to belong to the two of us."
My, but it's their first day as a married couple. I think this is going to be an unhappy marriage. How are Carmen and Rosa, by the way?
Oh, don't worry about Carmen and Rosa. They're all right. They seem to be into this plan a lot more than I expected them to be. And have even been talking about what tricks they're going to play on Dad and Albina on their own. Apparently, they're planning on asking Dad for an allowance in front of Albina, because they know she's greedy for money and will probably be pissed when she sees him spending money on anyone other than her.
I see. Glad to see they're doing well, I guess. But tell them not to do anything dangerous, all right? Albina's pregnant, so if you go too far, it will only be disadvantageous for us, you see.
Yep. I'll make sure to tell them. Mother! There's something you need to hear about.
What's the matter?
I think Albina being pregnant was a lie.
What? How do you know that?
You see, the three of us have been making sure to make as little contact as possible with Dad and Albina. Albina must have thought that we weren't watching her because of this, but we saw her drinking alcohol and eating sashimi. She even wears high heels and a miniskirt whenever she goes out of the house.
I see. She must have lied to your father about being pregnant so he would divorce me, but she didn't actually want to have a baby.
And not just that. If she was actually pregnant, then it should be visibly noticeable by now. But she always wears these tight clothes, and it's obvious that she's not pregnant. It doesn't seem like she goes to the clinic for checkups either.
Is that so?
Well, we don't have any actual proof yet, so I don't intend on doing anything strange. I thought about telling Dad about my suspicions. What do you think?
Instead of telling it to him directly, why not pretend to have a conversation with your sisters so that he overhears it? But I already divorced him, so I don't really have a say in things.
I guess that's true. Okay, I'm going to talk to Carmen and Rosa and decide what to do.
Don't do anything too rash, all right?
Yep, we'll make sure to be careful.
Reva! There's something I want to talk to you about. It's something about Albina, you see?
Well, look who we have here. Long time no see, Luca. Is it all right if you contact me like this? We already got divorced, you know.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Because you're a stranger to me now.
But didn't the two of us spend the last 25 years together? I know we started to slowly drift apart, but you were always important to me.
Don't lie to me. If I was important to you, you would have never cheated on me in the first place. But enough of that. There's no use arguing over the past. Is there something you want?
Yeah, you see, Albina left the house and left divorce papers on the table.
Oh my. How unfortunate.
You see, I accidentally overheard our daughters talking about stuff you can't do when pregnant, and...
I see. Nina is currently studying to become a nursery teacher, so I guess it's natural for them to be talking about stuff like that.
You see, Albina was doing all the stuff you can't do when pregnant, that Nina mentioned. Now that she mentioned it, I realized that Albina's stomach wasn't getting any larger, when she should already be a few months pregnant. And so I decided to ask Albina about it, and all she did was sigh and say, "So the gig's up." And that's when she left and gave me those divorce papers.
I see. And why exactly are you telling me this? What do you want me to do? Convince her to come back or something?
What? Well, I thought that...
The only reason I haven't blocked you is because you currently have custody of our daughters. But make no mistake, because we already got divorced and you're just a stranger to me now. I don't want to hear these complaints of yours. Hire a therapist to talk or something.
These aren't complaints. I'm asking you for advice.
Same thing. I'm a stranger to you now, so don't ask me for advice.
Please, I'm begging you. What in the world am I going to do now?
I don't know. I'm actually very busy with work, so I need to go soon.
Please, just help me or something.
Oh, that reminds me. Pay the alimony on time, all right? It's almost the deadline, and you haven't paid it yet.
What?
I haven't received one from Albina as well. You told me that you didn't have the money at hand, so I was kind enough to delay the deadline once, but I'm not going to do so again. Don't tell me you're not going to be able to pay it, are you?
No, I can pay. It's just that...
Goodbye. Hi, Mother. We just left the house earlier. The people from the moving service are going to be there around 1 p.m. tomorrow, all right? Yep. Everything's ready here. I had your rooms prepared for your arrival already. Yep. But still, it's so impressive you were able to rent a 4 LTK room for our new house. You're the best mom. Yep, thanks. It's a bit more rural compared to our old house, but it's not that inconvenient over here. You're going to have to take a different route to your universities now as well, but the time it takes to get there is about the same, so that's okay, right? Yep, that sounds all right. We're just lucky this room was up for rent in the first place. So this was the reason, huh? What are you talking about, Nina? It's about Albina, who left the house and gave Dad the divorce papers. Apparently, she thought that Dad had a lot of money, and she lied about being pregnant so she could get him to marry her. Oh, is that so? Yep, she probably found out that we were rich when she saw our house. But what she didn't know was that in our case, Dad isn't the one who makes most of the money. It's you. She probably thought you were just a housewife, but in reality, you're an artist that makes 10 times as much money as Dad. Albina asked me about our family's income situation when we moved in, and I told her all about it. She suddenly got in a bad mood and started being cold to everyone after that. Right after that, Dad confronted her about not actually being pregnant, so she left. I see. So that's what was going on. Okay, I need to change trains at this station. I'll contact you again when I get to the nearest station to our new house. Yep, take care.
Reva! Our daughters left me! Now that Albina was gone, those 3 were the only ones that had left. Why did they leave me? Why did everything end up like this? Please, tell me, Reva. Tell me where I went wrong. I know. We could just get married again and pretend it's never happened, huh? We could go back to our old lives, just the 5 of us. I promise never to cheat on you again, so please. Reva! I've got nothing left!
And so, Luca was made to live the rest of his life on his own. He didn't have the money to spend as he pleased like he used to. And not only that, but all his savings went away because he had to pay me the alimony and the child support for our daughters. Apparently, rumors started spreading around his office how he put his hands on his daughters and their classmates. And so now he's never going to get a promotion. The rumors were a bit exaggerated, but what he did was still disgusting, so I don't feel bad for him in the slightest. He now lives a simple life, barely staying out of poverty. On the other hand, it seems that Albina also had a rough time after that. Apparently, she had expected Luca to be rich and so spent money extravagantly while she was with him, buying expensive bags and the like. She had even gone into debt, expecting Luca to pay it for her. But now that she had no one to rely on, not even her parents since they already cut ties with her, she had no choice but to support herself doing shady jobs on the street. Apparently, she was seen going into a love hotel with an elderly man again. She just never learns, I guess.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.